Hey, welcome in everybody to Thrift Chronicles with another episode. We be thrifting here. This is your co-host JonnyO and my other co-host. Yeah, Omar. I was like, hold on, did I lose him? But yeah, so this week was really well for me for sales. I believe you did a good deal also this week. I know you stated to me earlier this week, but I'm gonna go ahead and let you know what I did this week. So I ended up having a good sale this week on eBay. I like when you can come together with a customer and agree on a price. So I had these Disney rare Disney pens, I believe from like 2024. I don't know if they're Disney Expo or whatnot, but I had a bunch of them. So I was selling them like literally, I think $10 a piece on my eBay store. So he randomly just messaged me and was like, "Hey, whatever amount you have, just give me the total and I can throw you a price and you let me know if that price works for you, yay or nay." I said, "Okay." So I had to literally grab the box and then count everything. So pretty much everything came out to 177 Disney pens. And then he sent me an offer for $600. So I jumped on that immediately because I wanted to clear that crap out. Yeah, I know. And then two, I like once he paid, I immediately just said, okay, cool, I'm gonna do priority shipping. I put the insurance on it. It cost me probably like an extra $8. So for in case they lose it or whatever, or damage or whatever it may be, it's insured so he can get up to $600 to get the money back. And then literally, like I said, I shipped it the same, no, well, next day because he took a minute to pay me because we kept going back and forth. But once he paid, I shipped it, got the box, got everything ready, messaged him, say, hey, it's already shipped. You should be getting it shortly. And then after that, I'm like, cool, I made this quick sale. I think those are like the best sales to get as a reseller or as a, just a thrift person or a video game seller, period, because those sales are the ones you want where these customers hit you up and, you guys can work out an agreement and then you guys both win-win. They get what they want, you get what you want, and you guys both go happy. So it worked. What about you, Omar? I know you did something about with you came up on some switch, right? Well, yeah, of course. You want that money all at one time, and then you're like, okay, what am I going to do next? Use it for inventory, use it on yourself, or just throw it back into the business. Right, but sometimes you could get lucky sometimes, and then sometimes you don't. But like you said, a quick sell like that, why not? That's super blessed right there to get something like that. So, like I said, we were able to come to an agreement. It worked, and I may not get that for a while now. That might be the only one for the year. So, I took advantage of it, and like I said, it worked for both of us. So now I'll move on to the next sale. Let's see what else I can sell, make some money. You know. Yeah, you're totally right. He's probably a huge fan for Just Dance. By the time you put that on eBay, you ain't gonna have shit no more to sell. Yeah, games. Well, yeah, because like you said, November, and then you got Black Friday. People are gonna want to buy. They're gonna jump on online to the eBay stores, Mercari, whatever platform we both sell on and everybody else sells on. They're gonna jump on those to try to get the deals, and obviously they're gonna jump on the other stores like Walmart and all the other stuff. And then a lot of them are gonna be going to like thrift stores and stuff like that, trying to get these deals because these thrift stores and all these other places are going to try to get stuff out because they know people are coming to buy it. Like right now, I already see a lot of people trying to buy Halloween stuff, and Halloween's maybe like 2 weeks away, 2.5 weeks. So a lot of people are buying Halloween decorations, T-shirts, DVDs. Like I've noticed, I've been selling a lot of my scary movies that I have in stock. They've been selling, so I'm like, oh, I need to hurry up and get more. But sometimes for me, it's hard to get stuff like that because I'm like not the only one that's selling horror and stuff like that. So, or it's kind of sometimes it might be a little bit pricey. Some other places where I go to, so I just hold off and just see what I can get when I can. You should pay someone to do the listing for you, Omar, so you don't have to do it. You just should give them a percentage of what they list, what sells. Yeah, I know. No, I know when you come over and when other people see my inventory area, they're just like, "Are you serious? This is all listed?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And then, like you said, it is tedious, it is time consuming, and you have to pay attention what you're listing. Also, like you said, people are not going to buy it if they can't see it. Because I notice there's some people that sell stuff on eBay or other platforms, and necessarily they're not using. They're using. They're not using actual photos of them taking the product. They'll use like an image from like the cover or something that I got online, and it's a. I feel like with that, it's like it doesn't go anywhere because then you're going to get those customers that are going to ask you questions like, "Hey, do you have any pictures of back of it or front of it? Does it have the manual? is the case crack or and then it's like if you would have done that the first time, they wouldn't be asking you these questions and saying, hey, this and this and that. You already were fully prepared. And then with the listing, like how you're saying, like, yeah, when I look at my site, I get overwhelmed too, because sometimes it's like I try to do where if I sell something, I try to go on my eBay store to see what I've sold, and then I grab everything and then I put them on a pile where they're all sold, so that I have it ready to ship. But the thing is, I have so much stuff and everything's alphabetical order. It's annoying that I got to move certain stuff away to grab a certain VHS or DVD or whatever. And then once I grab it, then I got to put it back, the stuff. Or if it's a multiple copies of the same exact movie, then I got to move all the other stuff so I can get to the bottom to make sure I don't drop. Yeah, it's annoying, but it's like I got to do it. And then usually on Fridays, like how we do our pod, I usually particularly just spend all day Friday listing for like at least 2 hours as much as I can. So then I can clear the product and try to see what else I can sell, because I have so much stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I know, because that's like the only thing that we have consistent. Because I'd be like, I'm like you, like during the week, I'm all over the place. If I'm not getting inventory or posting or editing, I'm just like, okay, what else I got to do? Or I got to do something with the family. And I know you're doing stuff with the family, doing stuff. But then on Friday, I already know when Friday comes, I get that text. All right, Omar's ready. All right, we about to jump on this pod and do this episode. Get it right. Yeah, but I'm gonna go back to what you were saying about the whatnot. Like, yeah, I did appreciate you and your lady going in my stream, and like how you said, you need to be consistent. Because the thing is, too, is like I did 3 shows that day, and I think you were the only one that bought anything. Because I was just like, dang, what am I gonna sell? And like how you said too, when you messaged me, like you need to be on here more often. But what I noticed too, because I don't go on as much. Because the last time I went is when, like I was telling you, I went on there when I bought that pallet, the Home Depot. So when I went on that, I went on that all week. So like people were jumping on automatically. Two, what screws me too, Omar, is because remember I changed my name, so a lot of people are probably used to me when I used to have my whatnot name as the Ortiz Boys. Because remember I used to be with the boys on the thing. So you were the only one that knew it was me, because obviously, we worked together. But when I changed it, a lot of people were just like, what? And so I don't get the same customers that I used to get when I was the Ortiz Boys. And then when I jump at other people's streams that follow me, they're like, hey, we be thrifting. And they're like, hold on. Oh, yeah, you're Ortiz Boys. They still know me as the other one. So it's like I'm still trying to build on the we be thrifting on there to have more people know me more, even though it's the same person. It's just the name has changed. But it's like I do need to go on whatnot, like you're saying. It's just sometimes I feel like for me, like how you like eBay is the last resort for you, the backup. For me, it's like kind of the same thing with whatnot. I shouldn't treat whatnot like that, but it's like we're in a time now, like you're saying, and it's going to be getting there because everything's going to be a live stream, and that's what it is. We're going to be having that where people are just going to be sitting at home bidding and buying stuff because that's technology, and obviously the U.S. we're getting there. We're kind of behind. I know China. That's all they do out there. They're way advanced and ahead of us. So that's how they make billions of dollars doing the live stream. And we're getting there. And it's just I just need to go on there more often and do shows. The same thing. Like I know you don't like going on there because you don't like being behind the camera. I kind of agree too. But like sometimes it's just we just got to go on there and be ourselves. That's what most of the time people go on these live streams to see these people because of their charisma or their character. They're just like, oh, I just like the individual. I want to hang out and talk to them. I don't necessarily need to buy anything, but they're just trying to hang out. You know what I mean? Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, yeah. And then I go back to what you're saying about like, don't worry about the amount of viewers in your channel, whether it's 850 or 100. As long as you get that one sale, or even if you don't get that sale and they're just in there to hang out, majority of the time when the people go in there, they're trying to hang out and talk to you. Sometimes they just want to ask you for advice, but majority of the time, what I notice too, when I don't sell anything and these new people come, they start following you. And that's a good thing because then you get more followers. And like you said, eventually when you do more shows, more consistently, they're going to buy something regardless. Eventually, they're going to see something that whatever show you do, they're going to be like, oh, you know what? Oh, he's doing a video game show. I know last show he did VHSs, but I don't like VHSs, but I just wanted to go on there and see what he got, But they're going to buy stuff. Like when you came in mine, you didn't have to buy a VHS, but you did. But I appreciate it. Even though it was the only sale that I had. But I'm like, you know what? Cool. Omar bought it. That's cool. I'm not going to make much off of it. But like, all I care is I got the sale. And you bought it, and I shipped it out to you guys. Matter of fact, did you end up getting it? Oh, you guys got a VHS player? Yeah, that's what everybody gets now. They get all the horror stuff. Yeah, you bought Sleepy Hollow, and I was debating to put it online. because it was on the stack, like it was on my non-listed area, and then I was like, you know what, let me just put it on there because besides before you guys came on, someone was like, hey, do you have horror? And I was like, hey, I don't got no horror. Like, I'm sorry, like, because everybody when they come to my shows for VHS, that's the first thing they ask, and I'm like, look, I don't have no horror, and if I do, it's on another platform because I rarely pick up on horror, and I know everybody gets horror, and it's kind of very hard to find horror out here, anyways, because sometimes it's overpriced. So and sometimes it might be the horror that people are not looking for. But like I said, you got Sleepy Hollow, someone bought it, and it was you, so I was thankful. But yeah, a lot of people collect the horror. Like I can't never come up on some. It's just very hard. Like I come up with all the other old stuff. Like matter of fact, I just came up on a good one. I didn't even know. You heard of the movie with John Candy, Spaceballs, right, Omar? Yeah, so I just came out with that one. Yeah, that one I didn't even know. I just picked up on the first original release copy from '89. I just picked it up for a quarter, and that I was like, I was gonna sell it on Whatnot on another show I was gonna do recently, but then I said, you know what, nah. And I saw that it makes really good money on eBay. I said, you know what, no, this is going on eBay. But stuff like that, I'm like, I'm not trying to sell it. Same with me. I agree with you too. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. 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 It'd be like that, bro. Because I already know, like, before I got you on, and I know you were doing it like every once or 2 months when I used to get on you when we worked at Warner. And when I used to do the sports cars before I started transitioning to VHS and DVDs, like there'd be one day me and my brother be on there for 3 hours. And I think I'll give it like one sale. And I'd be like, man, I'd be so discouraged. I'd be like, dang, man, I only sold one car. We were on here for 3 hours. Then my phone's overheating. I'm over here losing reception and whatnot. And it's over here ending the show, and I'm telling, hey guys, sorry, I'm not coming back, till tomorrow. And then I'll go the next day, same exact product, like you're saying, and then I get that one buyer, and then once that one buyer starts buying and bidding on everything, then a bunch of people start coming in, start bidding, boom, 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 and next thing you know, I went from one sale, I end up, I'll do like maybe like 15, 16 sales, and then that's when you get the people like, hey, can you go ahead and run that thing you ran earlier today? I missed it, but like, can you bundle it up with all these other cards or items? And it'd be like that because, like you said, it's any given Sunday. It's always, and then also I notice it depends what time you go too, because you got the certain people that you may follow that do the same thing that you have, but then they have to get all the live stream people on theirs, and then they'll just leave there when they don't want to buy, and then they'll drop into um your live. But like I said, it varies. Like you said, like any given Sunday, it varies on what time you go in. I know when I first used to do it, I used to go late at nights. Everybody, I know half the time we're thinking everybody's asleep, but Whatnot's a ran 24-hour business, all types of different time zones. People are up and they're trying to get those deals, so they're going to jump on whoever show to buy the product that they want. Well, yeah, they're trying to get the best deal possible. They're not trying to go and buy it now. Like if they do, cool, I commend them for that. But they could go to any other platform and do buy it now. Now, this is something that they're not able to get on another platform. I agree, but like you're saying, Whatnot's not known for buy it now. Like I have stuff on buy it now in my store now, and I rarely sell anything. But to be honest, I have this one customer. She's constantly hitting me up every month for pens, and like how we discussed earlier in the show, how I sold all those pens. She just hit me up, and something had told me, like after I sold those pens, I was like, she's probably gonna hit me up, and she ended up hitting me up like a day after I sold those pens to the guy for the amount 600. And I told her, she was like, hey, I'm back, I would like to buy 50 pens off of you again. I was like, oh yeah, about that, I don't even know if I have 50, but let me go ahead and check, and whatever I have, I'll send you a price. And she was like, whatever you have, I'll buy it. If you have more than 50 or less, let me know. So she literally bought whatever 27 pens that I had, I sold to her on Whatnot. And like, she's like the one consistent, reliable customer that I have that just buys Disney product off of me. And I appreciate her. And then too, it's like whenever I get more Disney, I told her she will be the first one that I will DM to make sure that she gets it off of me. I already know you ain't even trying to do that. That's why when I go on, I'm like, oh snaps, Omar's on. I'll go on your show, and I'm like, oh okay. And then you be on there, and then after that, 2 weeks, 3 weeks go by, a month. I'm like, Omar, you ain't doing another Whatnot? Nah, I'm gonna wait on that. Shoot, last year, right? Shoot, why not go ahead and sponsor us, Thrift Chronicle podcast, and we be thrifting games by Omar. We need that, we need that sponsorship. We support you. Totally, totally true. You hit it on the nail. So, but yeah, guys, me and Omar discussed what our sales were this week. We highly appreciate you guys listening to what we were talking about. Yeah, we went all over the place like we normally do, but we just trying to get the info out and let you know how our week goes. Try to keep you guys updated on what we go through, what our sales, what we're doing and what we're not doing, and what we're trying to improve. That's all it's about this reselling game, for us to improve, get better, and learn and teach. So I'm your host, We Be Thrifting, with my other host. All right, y'all.